And then I have a choice. I can watch change and stand on the sidelines and complain, or I can show up to something like this and be part of the change.
Think about compassion as our connectivity, our interrelationships, both natural and cultural, that we're looking for human-scale diverse places. Mix it up, and this is the challenge, because mixing up in a culture that is economically getting further and further apart from so many of us, that can be a problem. But we got to mix demographics. We got to actually mix politics. We got to talk to people instead of demonizing one another. The streets need to become living streets. And we did this with the Pearl Street Mall. We were bold at that time and turned the downtown Main Street into a Vunuth. And it's a very special place. And so I think this idea of the North Street evolution, my sense is we need to have some attempts at variety and not keep playing the same song over and over. So elegant density and living architecture. So then the idea of how can we start looking at some of the properties that we have opportunities around, and certainly in North Boulder, the Boulder Community Hospital site is a very interesting possibility. And the other is AHA. We're so lacking in architecture that surprises and delights in Boulder. And I at times feel like we are way too uptight. Our city can be too uptight. And in that way, we're not allowing AHA to happen. Wonderful things, but now is the time for us to start more treating Boulder in some ways as a laboratory. I think people are afraid to say that, but I do think that as a wealthy community, we almost are, it's upon us to really take the risks and try things out.
Here's the Goose Creek drainage. Why do we say Goose Creek? It's about the land and the water between Iris and Mapleton. This is the watershed that we live in. This is our place. This is the place that I'm not surrendering to just being Palo Alto. I'm not just gonna, if I can do something to have that be a diverse place where my kids can live, where I can totter off into the sunset, that's what I want to do. So we need to transform, and that's what we're working on in Goose Creek Community Land Trust, is doing some transformative projects. And to do them, we need money. The niche that we occupy, that we seek to occupy, is working a little more on the mixed income than maybe is being done by affordable housing providers, because they're working on the below 60% of area median income, and trying to break that out of doing mixed income. We don't think it's a great idea to segregate people by income, and that's what's going on in Boulder. What about the young people? What about the old people? What about the employees? Hey, what about the employees? Yeah. What about the employers who need employees? So there's a lot of things we lose when we don't take on this big challenge like we took on open space. If we work together, we can do anything. Look at that, what we did with the open space. Boulder can be even better. It's not too late. I've never once built 200 units of experiments. I mean, they're not legal. They fit the zoning, but the neighborhood wants to try that. Maybe they want to make some money. Maybe people are worried for good reason about urbanism and cars and pollution. I don't want that either. But people are great also. Can we find a middle way? So I need $500,000 worth of investors. I've got 3 neighbors, 2 who are committed, 1 is maybe going to do it. I won't embarrass her right now. She's thinking good thoughts. Yes, yes. We're giving you a return. So here's a really big experiment. We're going to totally reinvent this street and solve a bunch of problems. There's a horrible drainage problem. Big grade there. We want to take care of the water in these drainage structures. We want to get rid of the sidewalks and just have one path in the middle. You know, obviously we talked to the fire department, but grow more food there. Have electric car share in there. Who is concerned about traffic? Who is concerned about pollution? Who doesn't like congestion? Who is worried about homelessness? Who is concerned about noise? Well, we all are. Everyone who's like coming from that spot, I honor them, I respect them. That's right on. Yes, I'm in the same spot. Let's work together to build a beautiful city that is for everyone, that has everyone in this town, that is racially mixed, that is ethnically mixed, that is age income mixed, that is mixed. Make it mixed. Thank you so much. You're beautiful. Thank you for your work.